common error that I've seen in the closing. So, for example, it would be highly appreciated. So this is not a collocation that we use. Okay, greatly appreciated. So this is another error. It's a real common one that I see often. Also, the patient's name. So, for example, let's say the patient is called Mrs. Well, let's just say Mrs. Mary Smith. Okay, so some students are actually saying Mrs. Mary. So referring to the patient by the first name. So you refer to the patient by the surname, always. Okay. And also the position of the patient, I've seen this a few times, goes below the doctor. So doctor, so we'd have dear doctor, whatever the doctor's name is, dear Dr. John, for example. Okay. And then underneath, we've got our RE. So remember, the doctor's name always goes above the patient's. So these are a couple of problems that I've seen. Also, another common one. So when, this is for doctors, so when referring to a hospital, people are saying presented. Yeah. So we use presented for the GP surgery, okay? Presented, let's say GP surgery. Okay, and then admitted is for hospital. So a couple of common errors there. And what have we got here? Another thing, tenses. So obviously there's going to be some tense errors. So the main thing you have to remember, so for example, if it's in the surgery or nurses, if you're going through what has happened in hospital, you have to be careful with your tenses. So with doctors, when the patient is been in to see you, you're going to be writing basically in the past tense because the consultation is finished. Okay? And obviously you've got to pay close attention to what has already happened and what is to happen, okay, in the management plan. So Sakina asks about the limited number of words. Look, I think what you have to remember here is don't get too hung up on the word count. If you're a little over or a little under, then that's okay. But I've seen quite a lot of very long letters. You're only supposed to summarize the main points in the case notes for further treatment. So there's no point writing 300 words in the body. Yeah, obviously, if you're writing 300 words in the body, then you're including irrelevant information, okay? So try and limit it. If you go a little bit over or under, and you've reported all of the relevant information, then that's no problem at all. Yeah. Radha, you have a question. What is your question?
Hi, Stephen. Good morning.
Hi.
I just have a question that, we write like in a social history, the patient is married. Means I wrote like who lives with his wife, and so many times I'm getting correction like
yes.
unlived with. So
yeah. So if you're saying married, let me just go to the board.
Okay.
So just a second. Oops. So for example, if the person is a lady, so we'll go back to our lovely Mrs. Smith. Yeah, and then further on, you, so let's say this is in with reference to, okay? So you've put that, maybe a date of birth, and then you've opened, she is married and lives with her husband. Is that what you're getting corrected on? Yeah? So this is obvious to the reader. She's married, so therefore she will live with her husband. So that's why you're getting corrected on that. Yeah, it's obvious. So all you have to do is say she is married.